Okay, so there was another mass shooting today, um, and usually what follows right after a mass shooting is the gun debate. So I was like looking through YouTube and I saw this Jubilee video of pro-gun versus anti-gun. Is the middle ground? Question mark. So I wanted to react to it and give my 2 cents.
Grew up in, sometimes a gun is the only way to protect yourself. You're anti-gun. You don't want nobody to have guns. But then that's gonna put my family at danger.
The pool to the left, I'm gonna have all my pro-gun people go stand on the edge of that light, and all my anti-gun people on the other side. First statement is, I think my views on guns could change.
Nobody moved. I mean, I would have moved. My views. I'm not one of these people that it's set in stone. I don't know. One person moved.
Oh, I feel like anyone's views can change on things, so I'm kind of surprised that nobody felt
Nah. Some people are stuck in their ways.
like it could change at all. I don't think that I could change completely to like the other side, but I would definitely be open to like looking at it from a different perspective.
I think that my stance is very accommodating to both sides. That said, I feel really solid about kind of what I've learned and what I think is possible. So I feel really solid about that, although I'm, open to accommodating for people's needs, people's wishes with their rights. My name is Aaron Clayton. After the Orlando shooting, I realized that my community was very much a target. I had to get involved to do something.
I knew it was a
Commercial.
war. I just didn't.
Hurry up and skip this.
I think people on the other side of the issue don't care about me or my loved ones' lives.
I would move there directly, but I think about this. I don't think nobody. And it's not just people on the other side. It's every man for himself. That's the way it's not just the way I feel. This what's been going on my entire life.
I gotta go with that one. I gotta go with that one.
Actually,
I mean, the area that I grew up in and where I come from, a lot of you may not be able to understand that sometimes a gun is the only way to protect yourself. We all believe there should be certain rules to get them, but on my side of the earth, there is no gun laws. My name is Hassan.
I mean, I might have to disagree with him. You know what? I first that sometimes a gun is the only way to protect yourself. That's like I've heard that before. Like the only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is with a good guy with a gun. All right. I want to say this. I'm gonna always protect myself, no matter what. With or without a piece, And that's always my mentality. I'm not just a one tool type of guy that this is the only instrument that I can use. Nah, man. And I think that's just my mindset, just in life. Like I've given the example before of like I'm a problem solver. I had to go from Galveston to New Jersey, and I was gonna fly there, but couldn't fly because of the Hurricane Harvey. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna freaking drive over there. And on my way over there, this road is closed, that road's closed. I mean, I'm figuring things out, but I got it done because everyone's stuck on this is the only way. This is the only way. And nah, man, that's the only way that you gotta. The way of thinking is that's the only way that you could think of, man. Just because you can't think of another way doesn't mean there ain't no other way. like what if you're in a stadium or somewhere where you can't have a peace? You know, what you gonna do? Well, okay, you know, or you're in jail or just somewhere that you don't have a peace. What are you gonna do? Just give up? Like, well, I don't have a gun. I used to work security at a bar, and you can't have a gun in a bar unless you're licensed security. You know, I was just basically like a bar back, and then they made me, hey man, if anything happens, you know, you take care of it. You know, kind of just like whatever, you know, nonchalant. And you can't have a gun. Or I wasn't allowed to have a gun. You know, if I get caught with a pistol, that's time. So, but that's not stopping me from defending myself. I made sure I still had pepper spray on me. I had a taser on me. I had a blade on me, and I kept my pistol and my rifle in my truck, and I put that right by the entrance, in my vehicle. My vehicle's right by the entrance, you know. So if it pops down and like somebody does pull out something, I could go to my ride, you know, easy access. But if not, like I said, I got something, you know, and then just even if I didn't have those weapons, I'm gonna use something, you know. I'm gonna break a bottle, freaking throw some elbows. I'm not just a one-tool type of guy. So this guy's saying sometimes it's the only way. Nah, you're just caught up in that. That's the only way, you know. It ain't always like that. You could honestly, I live in the hood, blah blah blah. I live in the hood, man. If it's really that bad, get your ass out of the hood. You know, if I lived in the Brazilian slums and where people are dying left and right, I gotta get a piece. Nah, man, you know what? I'm gonna get my ass out of here, because if it's really that dangerous, if it's really that bad, then it's only a matter of time before someone punches your ticket, because all you gotta do is mess up one time. You know, one time. They just gotta get you that one time. Are you always gonna be on alert 24/7, 365? It don't go like that, you know? It's just a matter of time. If you live in a really, really bad neighborhood, if you're really that concerned, you could get out. And people are like, well, I don't have the finances, this and that. No, you can move. You can move. You don't want to. You know, you're comfortable there. You know, I don't care what neighborhood you're in. You could always move to another neighborhood. I mean, it might not be the greatest neighborhood, but it won't be as bad as the hood you're coming. Like there's always somewhere you can move, you know. So that's a way better solution than my only solution is having a piece on me, you know. And then what else did he say? Let me go back.
To get them, but on my side.
Oh yeah, he said that law don't apply. First of all, the law's universal. Like federal law is federal law, you know. But I know what he's saying, that criminals don't follow the law, you know, and that basically a criminal is gonna break the law, so that's why I want to have a gun, you know. I understand that, but again, like if it's really such if your life's really that much in danger that I could come up with a solution, like I said, and it's just not living there. You know, and this isn't even about a gun right issue. Honestly, it's just like you should always be striving to move somewhere better. Even if it's not just about like a crime issue, it's a poverty issue. You should always be striving to, you know, just move to a better, have a better life.
Out of the earth, there is no gun laws. My name is Asani Hill. Regardless of whatever you say, there's always going to be guns. There's always going to be violence.
No, see, there's not always going to be guns. I hate the word always. Like, honestly, you don't know the future. I mean, unless you have a crystal ball that tells you the future, we don't know the future, you know? There's not always going to be guns. I mean, technically speaking, there will be a day where there are no guns. Because, you know, when everything ends, you know, ain't no guns, ain't no people though. But always guns. We don't know what's going to happen in 100 years. Maybe technology would be so advanced that, yeah, maybe there won't be any guns because there will be no crime, you know. Honestly, if there was no crime, there probably would be no guns. Maybe just for recreational use. Or who knows? But again, and there's nations that don't have guns also. So to say that they're always going to be, you don't know that.
The world, and I got family to protect.
Oh, you got family to protect. If you really give a damn about your family, you move them out. What are you going to be next to them 24/7?
Y'all don't care about me or my family, you know. I think we all care about, you know, each other and each other's others, you know, loved ones.
I don't care about y'all. I'm trying to protect me and mine. That's my reason of saying.
Man, if you're really trying to protect your family, you get them out of there. That's real talk. That's just real talk. If I had family, let's say if I had kids, and we're in freaking, I don't know, and let's say in the U.S., we're in Trenton or I don't know, freaking Chicago, like I don't know, somewhere by fucking O Block or something, you know. Nah, it ain't happening. We moving. I'm not gonna let you kids have my kid die from a stray bullet or whatnot, or be caught up in some gang stuff, or even, I don't know, not basically have no future. Real talk. If you care about your family, you want the best for them. The best for them is, if it ain't in that city, get to packing.
And then nobody else cares about it, because I'm pretty sure y'all have the same insight. Like,
also, I was just gonna say I'm pro-gun. Just so don't forget that.
you're anti-gun. You don't want nobody to have guns. But then that's gonna put my family at danger.
I don't want
That's not at all.
Yeah, I don't want
That's at all what we're saying.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think anti-gun. I mean, maybe here they're portraying it too, but anti-gun doesn't mean I don't want anyone having guns.
I think that there
That's
is
just
ways.
how I feel. Like,
Totally.
yeah.
The pro-gun people a lot of times are like, well, it's never gonna be solved. Like, gun violence is never gonna end, and like
It won't.
It won't, and you're absolutely.
Actually, you don't know that. You don't know this. You don't know this for a fact. Maybe in the future it's gonna be a utopia. Again, I hate that. Like, it'll never end. It's like saying slavery will never end. It's always gonna be a thing. You know, like thinking back like in the 1800s. You know, you don't know the future. So I hate this. Those sayings.
Totally correct, but there's a bunch of ways to decrease it.
I've been in a situation in which my life was in danger.
Man, I wish I was on this panel.
I grew up in St. Louis, so we go downtown where there's a huge amount of violence. We're at Home Depot, and this guy starting to gather around my dad's truck, and I'm in it alone. I'm 14 years old, and literally I had to put my dad's gun out while I'm shaking, and literally just set it on my lap. And to show that, it ended up potentially violent, potentially robbery. You know.
I don't think people automatically are born like, I'm pro-gun. Like, I think what you experience in your life makes you that way.
My name is Sarah. It wasn't until recently that
I'm gonna have to say this, and yeah, I'm a jerk, but man, I don't really see big Asians like that. I know I'm gonna get canceled for fat shaming, but I'm just saying, I don't really see big Asian girls like that.
my opinion changed on how I felt about guns, and then I became pro-gun in order to protect me and my future family.
I was never pro-gun before, and then some guy broke into my place and raped me. And I couldn't run away, I couldn't do anything, like literally had to lay there and take it. But
I knew that if I had a gun at that point in time on my nightstand, I would have defended myself.
I think
Nah. First of all, people, man, I swear, everyone thinks they're John Wick with a gun. You don't know. Most of the times, you're not John Wick, man. You like to think that that's how you're gonna act, but nah. In all likelihood, that's not how reality is.
I think America has a problem with mass shootings.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, I think we all should step forward for that one. Come on.
It'd be ignorant to say it's not an issue.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want anyone to die. Like, I don't want to see these school shootings. I don't want people to get hurt. We're all for protecting ourselves. But I think, like, when guns are not in the right hands, then it becomes an issue. And I don't think any of us support that at the end of the day.
So you all for like stricter gun laws or no?
I mean, there's a point where it goes too far. I don't think I need to take a 5,000 questionnaire for a psychological test.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I don't know if any 5,000. I don't know where that's at.
But like, isn't that worth it? And like, I'm not saying that that's necessarily what we would definitely do or whatever, but like a 5,000 questionnaire or like people's lives.
But
Like,
sometimes
Yeah, but that's not even a thing.
wouldn't you rather?
Would you be willing to go through the same process to get an automobile? Training, licensing,
Yeah.
classes,
Yeah.
a renewable license.
yeah, but not a psychological test.
She said, hell no, I'm a crazy bitch. They ain't gonna give me no gun.
I think it doesn't have to be so extensive, what you're saying, but it's
Yeah.
sad how someone can come into a gun show.
I was gonna say, so there's something off about that girl too.
And have a lot of money.
I wouldn't want that chick to have a gun. Just saying. She or not around me.
Buy whatever they want, show maybe a little card or something, and get like maybe 20
I want to say this. This reminds me of Rick from The Walking Dead.
guns, and no one's asking you just because you have money. A simple background check can just do a lot for people.
But I also think that a lot of people, like, because they don't want to have the conversation about gun violence, and they switch over and say, like, oh, it's mental illness. And, like, that needs to be talked about, too. But gun violence is a separate issue that also, like, really needs to be talked about.
Yeah, like I was to say, and of course, you know, simple background checks, obviously, I mean, I don't know why people would be against just a simple background check. Like, man, you've been in and out of fucking jail. I'm sorry, bro. At least legally, you can't get one. And people will say, well, they're going to get one anyways. Nah, man. I know a lot of criminals that they be asking me, hey, bro, can you hook me up? I'm like, nah. It's hard to get one on the streets, you know. And I'm like, nah, man, you ain't getting me involved. It ain't even worth it, you know. Even though you probably won't rat me out. But I'd rather not, you know. I can make money somewhere else. I don't need that drama. But I'll tell you this, it's not that easy to get a gun in the streets. People like to make you think it is. I live here in Texas. I've ran across several criminals and they've asked me, and they don't have a piece on them. I know it's difficult to get one in the streets. Because a lot of times too, it's people who, nobody wants to get one for somebody because like I said, I don't want to get caught up on nothing, you know, legal mess. Because obviously, I know you're a criminal. I'm giving you a piece. I know what's going down with it. You know, you're not using it for, you know, for self-protection or nothing.
Life was in danger, I would kill.
1,000%. But it would have to be a specific a point. Like, I mean, it had to be like life or death. You know, it's not just. I mean, your life could be in danger. Like, you know, I don't know. Even in a fight, but even like in a little scuffle. But you know, you could walk away. Like, let's say he was fighting someone who's, I don't know, like 100 pounds, you know, it's sort of endangered, but not really, you know.
Oh, hell yeah.
Can I walk faster?
I want to say something about this dude. This is kind of pissing me off. I don't know why. He just.
No, I really don't think I would have like it in. I don't know if I would have
Nobody has it in them until the moment comes.
Yeah.
Like literally fear doesn't even become a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Like it disappears and it's like fight or flight.
Yeah.
Like and you either freeze and die or you make it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I'm gonna make it.
I would say fight. What do you call it? Fright or flight? Yeah. The three S. Because it's usually fight or flight, but it's also fright, and fright is really common, man. I see people tense up when shit pops down. They freeze. I mean, it's especially your first time. Your first time when it hits. A lot of times people just freeze up. Let me rewind this because I wanted to see what else it said.
Nobody has it in them until the moment comes.
Yeah.
Like literally fear doesn't
And he says you don't know until the moment comes, and he thinks he'd be ready.
even become a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Like it disappears and it's like fight or flight.
Yeah.
Like and you either freeze and die or you make it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I'm gonna make it.
You would like to think that you're gonna make it. You don't know.
People don't got it in them. You can always just, shoot them in a place where they won't be able to move.
Yeah. Well, that's what some people think. When I went to I did my carry and conceal class. They said if you're trying to shoot in the leg, you have enough time to get away or to realize you're not in danger. Your life isn't in danger, you know. And so they said, if you're pulling a gun out, and you're shooting somebody, you're shooting to kill.
I guess I don't understand. I understand fighting for your life. That's why I came to the center, for sure. But like all this talk about like how to protect ourselves, how to be in these situations, blah, blah, blah. It's like, again, we're just increasing guns. And I want to bring us back to like, how can we combat this from the other end? I don't want to carry guns. I don't want to have guns in my club. I don't want to. I want to be there to dance. I don't want to have a firearm on my leg and like
But we
be with
live in a
friends.
society that
So you rather
can't
not
we-
have a
I don't think we
But
can
can't we-
retract from that. though.
Yes,
Like,
we
have-
can.
See, these people are simple-minded. This is the only way. I've run across that issue all the time, where people always think this is the only way. The only way I could get from Houston to New York is through plane. That is the only way. The only way I could do this is the man. It's not. It's the only way that you could think of. It's. I don't know. It's kind of like low IQ. I don't even want to say just low intelligence.
And because other countries have done that.
Yeah, but you're taking the right away.
No,
at
no,
that
no. But
point.
wait. If I can prove to you that there are ways to enact gun reform that will decrease the amount of guns out there, increase education, and not hurt the ability of law-abiding citizens to have access to firearms, would you be willing to discuss ways to do that?
Yeah, like I said, I'm all for education, but I don't think like at the end of the day, like if someone's trying to kill me, I'm gonna kill them. I mean,
Okay,
I'm
so
not-
that's,
yeah.
but that is, you're allowed to right now. You're
Yeah.
allowed to have that gun. And so we keep kind of saying what is already in place. This is already possible to have all of these guns. How can we start looking at this and, changing our minds and our Congress, our government, leaders' minds? You guys keep talking about education, but that is not a reality. We're not allowed to instill reform that gives us gun education. So it's just like layman's ideas, batting around ideas on how to kill.
I'm overall against violence at the end of the day. I wouldn't need or want to have a gun if there wasn't violence in the world. Sometimes it's a right because it's a necessity sometimes.
So how do we do that, where we start changing the conversation, where people don't immediately relate pro-gun to, or don't, that pro-gun can equal pro-gun reform?
No, I mean, that's why
The
we're all
issue-
here.
That's why we're all here.
We're all risking something by saying something. I always taught that don't ever state your opinion on hot topics because you're just asking for it at that point.
Right.
But I feel like you have to speak up because being silent is being just as guilty.
I'm gonna say this too. I'm gonna speak my mind. She's talking about, you know what? This chick, she shouldn't be worried about a gun. She is gonna die of obesity-related health illnesses, a heart attack or diabetes or something. It ain't a gun that's gonna hurt her. That's gonna cause her the death of her. It's gonna be a donut or something. And yeah, I'm being a jerk, but just being real talk. She is not healthy at all.
See,
I think this society.
She worried about the wrong things.
Evie needs to learn to speak. Like, educated people need to sit down, come together, and talk about things. You guys have something to say, and we said it, and we accept all of each other's views.
Yeah, I told you we wouldn't all be fitting each other.
All right, everybody, that's a wrap.
Nah, I disagree. It ain't about no education. I'm gonna tell you why. There ain't no reasoning with idiots. I don't care on what topic, whether it be guns or abortion, immigration, you name it. Try to talk to an idiot ain't listening, you know. So we just gotta talk it out. Like, nah. Sometimes that's kind of part of the reason I kind of hate democracy. It's we allow idiots a seat at the table. And then if you got too many idiots at the table, they take over, you know. Yeah, but it ain't about no. Oh man, we just gotta do some education. I'll tell you this, a real example of where I'm coming at. I went to Texas A&M University, and I was taking a class on environmental science or something along the lines of that. And the professor split us up into groups, and we're supposed to come up with solutions for to help prevent climate change and stuff like that. And every group besides my group came up with pretty much the same answer. The answer was education. We just got to educate the people on recycling and preventative things and this and that. That was every group. That's what they said. Education. And it's for me. I was like the only one that says, nah, that's stupid. And the professor was like, what do you mean? And I was like, watch. We're in a college classroom. Everyone in here, not just in a college classroom, we're all seniors. And we're in a pretty good school, Texas A&M, you know. It ain't no, community college. It's at least, a major campus. We're here, everybody here is educated. I mean, college educated at least. And raise your hand if you're gonna recycle, if you're gonna be more environmentally conscious in your everyday life. Because it's not about education. You can know, I know how to recycle. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna do it. You can know what you're supposed to do, but doesn't mean that you're gonna do it. And that's what I make the point. It's like, look, you're talking about all you have to do is educate the public, and yet here everybody here is educated, and yet nobody wants to do anything about it. And so it's not just about education. Honestly, if you really want things done, you kind of just need like a strong stick, like a dictator, and somebody take charge and say, hey, it's getting done. I'm doing it, and obviously we live in a democracy, or a democratic republic. So that's not the case, but it'll get results, you know. And I'm not trying to change the way we have government. I'm just saying, if you really want to change things, it ain't through education. It's gonna be through force, through some type of force, and basically not let people. Because if you give people the option of doing this, they're always gonna vote selfishly. Because that's what we are. We're selfish, you know. I'm selfish. I'll admit it. You know, if I had a vote on something that would take my freedom or rights away, I'm not doing it, even at the slightest, you know. So therefore, this issue is not going to go away with the government. It's going to have to go away with private enterprise. Will solve these issues, and this is all right. I'll give you a little bit more of where I'm going with this. Back when I was in the 90s and early 2000s, people used to steal CD players. And for people who don't know that, a CD plays music, compact disc. All cars used to have them before Bluetooth was a thing. Well, people left and right, at least in my neighborhood, that they would steal them and sell them, you know. Technology changed. And nowadays you couldn't give away a CD player. So what I'm trying to say is, technology can change. Technology changed, and now you saw a decrease in that type of crime. You saw a decrease in theft of CD players. You saw a decrease in hubcaps. We used to have hubcaps. People used to steal them all the time. Nowadays, nobody has hubcaps. You know, I don't remember the last time I saw anyone with a hubcaps rims. When technology changes, it changes crime. Now the thing that people steal is Cadillac converters. But in the future, maybe cars won't need that. Maybe they'll be electric, and in a way where all cars are electric, they don't have Cadillac converters, and therefore nobody's stealing those because they don't exist. So what I'm trying to say with gun violence, the future could be set up in a way where people aren't robbing liquor stores or banks or whatnot, because technology's changed the way we live as a society to the point where that's not a thing. Like, we have so much, we have cameras left and right everywhere. When I talk to certain people who are criminals, they told me that it kind of stops them from being a criminal, because they know they'll get caught, because they have ring cameras. Almost every house nowadays has a ring camera. There's our cell phones are track our location. You know, if there was a homicide in a certain neighborhood, police could look up all the cell phones in that area and eventually catch the criminal. You know, and that has been done so many times. Technology is actually going to eventually reduce gun violence more than any legislation. Honestly, that's what I'm trying to go to. And if we really want to reduce gun violence, we have to either just know that it's not going to be through the government. It's going to be through private enterprise, through a change in a world of where people aren't going to rob people. Like, even with money, like nowadays, okay, so you have armed robberies, but what if it changed where people don't carry cash around? Like, let's say we almost become cashless. Like, it's on cryptocurrency. You know, we just send crypto from phone to phone, and then, like, I don't know if you ever had a crypto wallet. it's encrypted with a seed phrase, so it's not that. And if you have it on in your mind, yeah, they could take your phone, but you could just log on at home, change it up, boom, no harm, no foul. You know. So the future, in the future, if technology just constantly, it's harder and harder for people to become criminals, or like for petty crime, it's gonna change gun violence. It'll lower it. Like another example, drunk drivers. There used to be a whole lot of drunk drivers, and then Uber came around. Uber made it to the point where you could get a ride pretty much anywhere, like in a major city, 24/7 and fast. And then we saw a decrease in drunk drivers. And like I said, I worked in several bars. I've been working in bars since I think, I want to say maybe 2018. And I mean, bartenders are always getting Ubers for people. I got Ubers for people that were drunk. You know, I was like, because it's easy, it's cheap. I'm like, man, just leave your ride there. I'll get you an Uber. You know, you're drunk. Technology that change has stopped so many drunk drivers. You know, there was not a law that solved this issue. It was technology, and I think this is what's going to happen in the future. Little by little, a changing world it's going to reduce the number of armed robberies. It's going to reduce the number of mass shootings. It's going to reduce, I don't know, domestic disputes, whatnot. It's just, and it's also just, it's going to reduce crime just because criminals, if they know they can't get away with it, they probably aren't really going to attempt it or do less crime. You know. Just because they know, or it won't be as common. Yeah, so that's my 2 cents. Let me know what you think. I don't know. Yeah, that's about it.